All systems go. Clear for takeoff.
Welcome back to the NFL Quick Hit video. I'm Gyiraszin, excited to break down some tight ends and defenses for week 4. I got all kinds of fun stuff here to talk about. But hey, before we get into all that, we got to do a little bit of housekeeping here. You got to hit that like button for me. Get over there and hit that subscribe button for me over there at the SHIPIT Nation YouTube page. We definitely appreciate that. And hey, we got to give a quick shout out to our favorite sponsor of the show. That is Drafters. You guys still can get in there. They got week-to-week drafts, all kinds of contests. Mix it up. They got different best balls going, basketball, NBA or NFL or NHL, all that fun stuff. Get you a nice deposit bonus on your first deposit. Use promo code SHIPIT up to $100. So make sure you guys get over there, check that out. And then, of course, here, make sure you guys check out Run the Sims. You've heard us talk about it, especially on the showdown shows. Use the promo code SHIPIT, get you 10% off. And then check out LineStar too. They got all kinds of nice little tools and apps for DFS. They also have some tools for sports betting, all that fun stuff. So make sure you get over there and check that out as well. But hey, it's week 4. We got some tight ends and defenses to run through here real quick. Let's just talk about some injuries we have with these tight ends. Irv Smith, Cincinnati's been ruled out, so he will be out here week 4. Everett's been missing a few practices this week with an illness. We'll have to make sure he gets in there as well. And then Logan Thomas had a concussion, practice in full. Looks like he should be good to go. And Tyler Higbee had a little Achilles issue. We'll have to keep monitoring here through Sunday to see if he gets in there or not. As far as DVP goes, defensive-wise, the toughest team against the tight end so far this year has been the Browns. Baltimore comes in at 2, New England, and then we got Carolina, and then we have New Orleans coming in the top 5. As far as the worst tight end, teams against the tight end so far this year, we got Detroit coming in at 32, 31. The Eagles, Jets coming in at 30, Atlanta 29, and then we got the Packers coming in at 28. The top teams for tight ends so far this year in point scoring over there on FanDuel has been the Minnesota Vikings over there with Hawkinson. New England when Henry is number 2. Kansas City with Kelsey, 3. Laporta, and Detroit is 4. And then we got Parham over there with the Chargers sitting at 5. Now let's take a quick look at some targets so far this year. Hawkinson leads all of NFL with targets for tight ends at 28. Laporta, 22. And this is before yesterday's game, obviously. Ingram at 21. Ertz and Waller sitting at 20. And then we got Ferguson, Henry, and Kittle coming in at 18. I also like to look at red zone targets. So far, we got Ferguson sitting at a whopping 9, leading all the NFL. Hawkinson has 7. Kelsey has 6. Knox 5. Parham 5. Freiermuth, and then Turner from Washington also has 4. Now, let's just take a quick look at a couple guys here that I'm going to be looking at so far here over on FanDuel. One of my favorite guys here this week at 5,500, it's got to be Taysom Hill, man. I mean, with Jameis coming in, I was stumbling there. Without Jameis with coming in this week, I mean, this guy turns it over. I think you're going to see Taysom getting all kinds of snaps here. I mean, we did see him have 18 snaps last week. He was running routes. He gets some running looks there at quarterback. I like his TD upside here, 5,500. Definitely like me some Taysom Hill getting involved in that game a little bit more this week. TJ Hawkinson, 7,200. Man, he is the most expensive tight end slate, but I think he's well worth it. I mean, he does, as I mentioned earlier, lead all of the tight ends and targets with 28 so far this year. He's got 7 red zone targets as well. Clearly a big part of that Minnesota offense. So, I mean, just for me, TJ Hawkinson, pretty easy play for me this week as well. Now, I did mention earlier too, Carolina is in the top 5, but I mean, the teams they play, Seattle, New Orleans, and Atlanta so far. So I'm not really too concerned about where they're sitting in the DVP. Now, another guy I'm going to be looking at here is Hunter Henry, 6,000 versus Dallas. I mean, Henry does get, the Cowboys. They do have a great pass rush. I think they're going to have to dump it off quite a bit here. Mac Jones is going to be under duress all game. I just definitely like Hunter Henry to get involved. Henry, 18 targets so far this year. I just think this is a pretty good matchup, and I think the game script should be where they are behind and going to have to try to catch up as well. So also, let's just take a quick peek at some defenses here that I'll be looking at here this week. My favorite defense this week is Dallas. As I mentioned, they're going to be all over Mac Jones, 4,800 over there on FanDuel. I expect a bounce back spot after that terrible game they had against Arizona. I think they're going to be all over New England here. I just love this Dallas defense sitting here at 4,800, my top one of the week on FanDuel. Now, another one here I'm going to be looking at, and that is going to be all the way down at the bottom of the barrel for 3,000 over on FanDuel, and that is the Raiders versus the Chargers. Now hear me out. I get it. They're the lowest owned, whatever you're looking at there, but I just think the Chargers are such a pass funnel offense, especially with Kelly not doing too well and Eckler being out. I think they're just going to have to throw the ball quite a bit. So for me, every time that quarterback is bouncing back, dropping back there, you have more opportunities for get points scored. You got fumble opportunities, interception opportunities. They're just handing the ball off. Takes a lot of opportunities away. I think this game's going to have a lot of dropbacks, a lot of passing attempts in this game here. All we need is one mess up, pay off on this defense. I like the Raiders here at 3,000 this week. But hey, that's going to do it for a quick rundown of some defenses and tight ends over here at SHIPIT Nation. Appreciate you guys joining me. Week 4, man, already in the books coming up here. Appreciate you guys joining me here. Don't forget about our sponsors, Drafters. Don't forget about Run the Sims. And make sure you guys check out Line Star as well. But hey, guess what? We're going to see you at the top of the tournaments. We're going to ship it this week. Let's go. I'll catch you next week. Thanks for watching.